Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Welcome to the Matt Kim Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kim, joined by my co-host, Mr. Peter Saddington.
What's up, everybody? Smash the like button. Check in SARS. Oh, I'm sorry. Stroke the like button gently with your cursor, my friends. It's the Matt Kim Podcast. Welcome in this early week. Let's go.
Thank you for joining us today. It is an amazing day. It is Wednesday, October 8th. We are recording. I think this is going to go up. Maybe it's going to go up today. I'll see if I can get it done.
Knock it out.
Will is not here with us.
Slacking off.
Well, his parents-in-law are visiting from Korea.
Gotta play the part.
He's in New York with them right now.
Okay, all right. He's showing them around.
So we'll get back soon because we could use some camera switching.
Yeah.
We could use some production value.
Exactly. And make sure you don't get caught by ICE because they're rounding up those Koreans these days.
Well, yeah, Will's probably like, oh no, I'm at the border because I think he went to Niagara Falls.
Oh.
That's like really close to the border. That's like within the territory.
We expect to see you back shortly, Will. Let's safe travels.
I've been thinking about it because border DHS and border security gets, I think it was 150 miles from the border.
Ooh, I don't
right?
know.
That's why they're able to operate in Portland. That's why they're able to operate in Chicago.
Really? That's their radius, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
But we are in Georgia because I haven't seen any big ICE raids in Georgia. And we have a lot of illegal people here. A ton.
Why you spilling the tea?
I mean,
on
everyone
all
knows that Gwinnett County is like super diverse.
Our Mexican homies, man.
Everywhere.
And all our Indo homies. Why are you doing that?
You can take Indos. I like the Mexicans here. I'm going to be honest. You know what I mean?
Why are you calling them out, though, man?
But, I mean, Will lives in like a neighborhood, like all Mexicans.
Yeah. Well,
and he like goes over their house for dinner and shit.
That's true.
You know,
That's
goes
true.
to like the parties and the quinceañeras.
we have had that conversation. Will has told us numerous times that he enjoys that his Mexican counterparts in his neighborhood invite him over for food.
But we haven't seen him here. And maybe that's why. Actually, it never occurred to me.
Well, you remember there was a moment when ICE was getting heavy on the news and we saw areas of let's just say, markets and commerce that were empty during that time because it seemed like the vast majority of commerce that was happening at these local flea markets and open air markets were just illegals, apparently.
Yeah. And this side of town, I don't see kind of the scurrying anymore.
I don't see it anymore. I think
kind of, the illegals are still everywhere here.
Well,
maybe that's why. Again, maybe it's distance from the border thing.
But I also think it's a whole bunch of the sky is falling. Right? The sky is falling. Oh, the ICE is going to get you. And then we realize that ICE is made up of a bunch of humans that don't care and aren't willing to work hard. And instead of actually going to the border, they would rather go to a Kia factory and round up actual legitimate workers. Yeah. That's kind of how this works right now.
So I just got back from LA, actually Orange County. And
beautiful place.
Yeah, it
not overrun by all of the, let's just say, the swath of homeless just yet.
Yeah, I didn't really get into LA, so it's been a while since I think last time I was in LA, it has been a few months. But I was in Orange County only. And I got invited to speak at this Korean American Police Association kind of conference.
When I heard about that, I was inquisitive because I was curious because I know that we have received T-shirts from the LAPD and all of that before.
And we wear them all the time. We didn't wear them today, but we
didn't wear them today.
Yeah, we get them all the time.
And so why did they ask you to come out there? Because that's odd for, let's just say, a political and social commentator who is a little bit racist. Or at least so the commentators say on our comments, check in SAR. Why would they invite you over to LA to speak to the police department?
Well, I think that they typically have other law enforcement speak and they kind of wanted to mix it up because, it's a law enforcement event. It's always law enforcement. So what if we had someone else come and speak and talk to people?
So out of all the people they chose the most, let's just say, potentially aggressive, somewhat fringe, creates a little bit of friction and tension in society, someone who the SARS completely dislike. Why would they invite such a colorful personality? You could be potentially a fire starter, don't you think, Matt?
Yeah, and
did you start any fires when you were out there?
Well, number one, I love the cops. I love what they do. I think they're phenomenal. I think that organization is phenomenal, etc. And there was a bunch of them. I think there was 200 something cops there.
Yeah.
And a bunch of them like watch our podcast. Actually, they're probably watching right now.
Hey guys,
And,
back the blue.
They watch us and listen to us. Which
Blue
is
lives
amazing.
matter.
Yeah, it's amazing. And they were like, and for them, they were like, look, there aren't that many like Asian faces in the world in this thought economy.
Okay.
And just to see you out there, like, it's pretty cool.
I'll take that.
It's more of like a representation thing. Like there's not a lot of Asian faces or Koreans out there kind of talking shit on the internet. Most of the Koreans out there are like doing fucking gay dances.
So were you a DEI hire?
Yeah, I was kind of the token, like the guy up there or
Bro,
whatever. No, but it was cool.
You're the Asian guy.
I'm always the Asian guy.
You're the
like every
DEI
room I go
hire.
into, I'm the Asian guy.
That's why they liked him so much.
Except I was in a room with all Koreans, so it's not the Asian guy.
So, did you get any comments? Did you get any questions? Get any feedback? What did the LAPD think of Matt Kim podcast?
Well, I thought they were really cool. They were really amazing. And in my talk, I spoke about a little bit of my background, and I was really rebellious when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I kind of did a lot of bad shit. And,
what is bad shit? Like doing drugs and...
Nah, I don't know. We don't have to get into it.
Is doing drugs really bad shit, or is it just called experimentation in my teenage years?
But
come on, man.
But I was talking about this idea of how the world is changing and how this new technological revolution is going to be the biggest change in society we've ever seen in humanity.
Yeah.
Right? We've talked about this. You agree, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
And I was talking about pre-crime because they're cops.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, like I had all the indicators of like, this is a bad guy.
Yeah.
He could be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like a little bit isolated from society.
Right.
He's a little rebellious. He doesn't like to go to school.
Hangs out on Reddit.
He hangs out on bad places on the internet. I could have easily been flagged as high risk.
Yes.
And what if you get a call and the 16-year-old, they say, hey, there's a 16-year-old kid and you have to go arrest him because we flagged him as high risk.
Right.
Like that could have been me. That could have been you. What are you going to do?
I mean, this is the world that we're moving to. We're seeing daily, unfortunately, people getting arrested for posts in the UK.
Yeah.
Because they said, I don't like radical Islam.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get in the paddy wagon and you're gonna go to jail because you made a tweet.
Yep.
We're there, man.
I mean, we just saw the director of the FBI. I don't know if you've seen that clip.
Yeah.
Kash Patel saying, hey.
I saw that this morning.
Yeah, I think the FBI, we should start looking at people's social media because there's so much misinformation out there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
You guys are the that's my first thought when he said that is you are the purveyors of misinformation.
Well, and Kash Patel was that guy.
He is the guy.
He was the guy talking all that shit on the internet.
Talking about the pot calling the kettle black. Come on,
all
guys.
of a sudden, he's in charge and he's like, oh, maybe we should look at this thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
I was like, come on, man.
Dude, bro.
You gotta be kidding me.
You are the Ministry of Truth,
You gotta
Kash.
be kidding me, man.
So this is a unique audience in which they are employed as part of the system.
Yes.
So how does one wrestle? And I think probably this is what your talk was about, was how does one wrestle when they are part of the Borg?
Well,
but yet they have to have I think what you're asking for is a little bit of humanity.
That's exactly what I asked for.
How
I
do you
said you need
balance
to be
that?
humanity. We're going to be in this battle of humanity and machine and loss of control. And you guys need to stay on the side of humanity. That was kind of the
That was your CTA, your call to action.
Yeah.
You have to stay human.
Stay human, stay on the side of humanity.
I like that.
Because, there is a hierarchy of institution.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And within this hierarchy of institution, the police, as far as institution, are the closest to us as a population.
Yes.
They are
local.
They're local. We know them.
You go to church with us.
We go to church with them. We see them at the local grocery store. Like the police and local police are the closest level to us as far as the population.
Yes, and government engagement.
Correct. And as higher as it goes up the ranks, they stop representing us, the people, and they start representing the other side.
Their initiatives, yes.
So I was like, I feel like we have to figure out a way to keep the police on our side.
I think the natural disposition of the model that you just substantiated proves that.
Yeah.
They are part of the citizenry.
Yes.
However, they have a line, a hard very thick line that goes to the system.
Correct.
And so you're asking them, because I wasn't there, but you're asking them to maintain humility, humanness, and just human care amongst the changes of the technological order.
Yeah, have a little compassion, have a little empathy, because there is corruption every level of institution.
Yeah, maybe
and
like
if everyone's
down.
corrupt, dude, like you joined the police to be on our side, to protect and serve. Stay on our side.
That is generally the deep philosophical pulling. Yes, generally. I don't know, but here's my assumption: is generally people don't become police officers to do ill.
Yeah,
there's some good pull.
Yeah, and there are bad actors.
Fair enough.
Of course.
Fair
like
enough.
Bad shit happens in every level of every part of society. But I think in general, cops want to be a part of the community and want to help the community.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy job, so people get a little bit jaded or whatever else with the community. I get that. But I think we need to make sure that we keep them on our side, because the federal level, and as it goes up the ranks, they no longer represent us. They represent the party that's trying to keep us in check and control.
Absolutely. In a lot of ways, you might say then that the police force is actually our first line of defense.
Correct.
Against the machine.
Yeah.
And if they decide to partner with the machine, then we're cooked.
Then we're in real bad trouble.
Yeah. Then we're really cooked.
So I think that's why I like to support the police.
So this was a good social juju thing for you.
Yeah, I got to spend a lot of time with the police in general, and went out to dinner with them, and I went out to karaoke with a few of them too.
That's so Korean.
And the cops are just like normal people.
That's cool. Do you see yourself doing more of this types of talks to social, political, and community groups?
Yeah,
I could see you being really good at that because you're a man of the people. I could see you preaching at a church.
No, I don't know about that.
Am I manifesting a future here? Let's manifest the future, guys. Matt Kim preaching at a church. There are so many of your followers and subscribers that are part of churches, and I'm planting this mind virus in them right now. If you have a church and you need a guest speaker, Matt Kim is available.
Yeah,
he's a
I'm a little extra vulgar for within the church confines.
He's a broken and sinful man.
I am,
like everyone else. So therefore, do not throw the first stone. He still could be quite a good speaker at your next church Sunday event. So write it down, check in SAR, let us know. I'd like to see an invite to a local church in the future, Matt.
Yeah,
I would totally come see you preach, by the way.
I feel like we should do more to support the local economy, support the local police, support the local government.
You know what? We should do that.
Because
we should do a Matt Kim podcast.
The local side of it.
Saturday, support the feds who keep fucking with our shit.
Like I've said this many times before, I would rather pay more local tax and less federal tax.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because
you know where your money's going.
I know exactly where the money's going. If the mayor says, "Hey, we're going to build a new road in 3 years," it's like, "Where's my fucking road?"
Yeah,
Exactly. There's accountability there.
Exactly.
Like, dude, you took the $3 million and you said you're building a road. Where's my road?
Exactly.
But when the federal government takes it, it can go literally anywhere and vanish, and you never know what's going on.
Yes, like I saw, the comedian car guy, I don't know why I forgot his name, he did a 30-minute video of his house in the Palisades in LA, where all the fires were. And he showed a video of dude, I told you a day after all this stuff was going to get burned down by space lasers that no one was going to rebuild. It was all going to be bought off, right? All that stuff. And what happened, all of those houses are now being sold for lots. No one's rebuilding because it's too
Miami, like Maui.
Like Maui, like Tennessee, like North Carolina.
Gaza will be.
Like Gaza, yeah. Well, but in Gaza, we're going to have the Trump Hotel.
Oceanfront view.
Bro, it's going to be so good.
Are you going to get the ocean side or are you going to get the destruction side?
I'm going to get the ocean side so I don't hear the screaming of the people dying on the other side.
Good for you.
Very important.
Well, I'm sure they're going to put soundproof windows so that you don't have to actually hear, because God forbid it triggers your conscience.
I know.
They wouldn't want to do that to you.
When I'm sipping my $12 latte at 7 a.m. in the morning, the last thing I want to hear is a starving child yelling for like food and shit.
But the mug will say Trump, so it'll be fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And not only will it say Trump, it'll say Trump loves BB. Trump and BB. Oh man, have you seen the videos of I'm sure you have of BB talking about the social and how he's going to lock down on TikTok and how they're a bunch of woke Nazis.
That's crazy,
bro. Is he not the most hateful person on the planet?
I mean,
can you think of a person that you could like conjure up that you would hate more? Like I've actually done this little mind thought experiment at home. I was like, is there any? I don't hate anyone, frankly. By the way, I don't have a mean bone in my body, but you can make it come out of me. If I had to conjure it up, I think he would be my number one.
Number one on the list.
He's so hateful. Like what he did after Charlie Kirk's thing was so tasteless,
dude.
Like he's like, oh, this guy just got his face blown off. Dude, my guy, he was telling me the other day he was my best homie. It's like,
he loved me so much.
I know. He was my best homie. It's like, bro, dude, the blood isn't even dry on the grass.
Dude, did you see this clip of Anna Paulina Luna, who I have like huge distaste for?
Okay, so can I just cut you off and say that when I saw her video saying that it was the Chinese, my immediate thought was James Lee's. I was like, this shit is totally Israel.
Dude.
This shit is totally Israel.
If anyone hasn't seen it, Anna Paulina goes on a podcast and she does like this mental gymnastics and she's like, actually. The people actually. I know that people are questioning all these other things and that's not true, which is contrary to what the federal government is telling us because they're saying it's lone gun theory and that's the only theory out there and you should not question anything else. But then she goes out there and she's like, actually, everyone's thinking about like Israel on this who killed Charlie Kirk. It was the Chinese. I was like, what? Where the fuck did they come from?
Dude, Anna, that's $7,000 in your bank account? That must have been a solid $7,000, bro.
It's like the craziest, like out of nowhere misdirect I've ever seen.
It was beyond obtuse. It was not even contextually relative to anything that was happening. So it's like, hey Matt, I'm really excited about our lunch that we're gonna have after this. Oh, by the way, there's a train going by. The fuck? We were just talking about food. Why the fuck are you talking about trains? Anna Paulina, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, not only were you going against the government narrative of a single gunman, but then you randomly like it's the Chinks, it's the Chinese chicken, it's the Kung Pao.
It's like it was so crazy. And look,
bro, if I was Chinese, I'd be offended.
We're not trying to be like Chinese apologists.
No,
but at the same time, you can't just like anytime something's weird and going on, be like, oh, it's Chinese.
You can't do that.
It's just this. It's such a cheap cop out.
It's beyond cheap cop out. It's like you have zero brain cells left, so you could not conjure up a better excuse.
But
than
what
this.
she did was she officially said, behind the death of Charlie Kirk could be a foreign country.
She did say that.
She technically said that. Okay.
You're not wrong.
Now that we've all decided from the federal government perspective that it is not, the lone gun theory is no longer the theory, does that mean we can think about other possible ideas again? Or are we still like, oh no, you guys are conspiracy theorists, you guys are wrong because it was Chinese?
Well,
do they have a monopoly on conspiracy theories?
Well, again, Kash Patel, I mean, they are the Ministry of Truth now, Matt. Like, I feel offended. And the reason I feel offended, Matt, is I feel like they're not even trying anymore. Like, if you're going to put on the greatest show on the planet, the greatest show on earth with great actors, right? A great show.
Maybe even a stripper.
Yeah. Give me something where I can hang my hat on it and say, "Oh, that was good. Like, I'm gonna take this for a week." Q said so. Just trust the plan, right? Like, at least give me something, to placate my sensibilities for at least a week. But I feel like they go on these news things and they don't even try anymore. It's like, oh, Anna Paulina, you're up in 5 minutes. Oh shit, was I supposed to do that? Yeah, you're on 5 minutes. Well, what are they going to ask me? I don't know. Just make up some shit. Okay. Well, what's the context? Oh, I don't know something about Charlie Kirk. Okay. All right. Oh, hey Anna. Who do you think did it? It's China. China. Like,
so out of nowhere. Dude, I was like, what the hell is she talking about?
Bro, if for all those SARS out there who haven't seen it, just Google it real quick. Just Anna Paulina, China. It's just like, what are you channeling, bitch? Like, where did this come from? Clearly, someone...
Misdirection. Clearly.
So, let me ask you if your first inclination resonates with mine. When I saw Anna Paulina do that, my first thought was totally Israel. It's totally Israel. Did you have that thought, or was it just...
Of course.
Okay. So you and I, being somewhat, let's just say, tapped in to the social apparatus and how society at large feels somewhat, do you feel like we're the only ones?
No, I mean, everyone's going, this is wild. I mean...
So let's talk about this. Let's just say, the equity, the value of the optics of Israel right now is all-time low.
Mm.
What's going to happen? Because when the optics of this terrorist state get this low, that's when people will start doing really heinous shit.
Yeah, I don't think anything happens, because then you had the tweet or the story and the narrative that Trump told Bibi to fuck off, and then they like rolled that back. He's like, no, actually, I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, oh man, why you gotta have such a bad attitude?
And they're like,
man?
oh yeah, here's an ultimatum. You got to do it by this time, no matter what. And then it's like, was it the third ultimatum? And it's like, all right, like people actually don't fear Trump anymore, which is actually concerning.
The sky has fallen.
Dude, it's really concerning that, prior to this administration and this term of Trump, we all believed that the world feared Trump.
We
did. And that his words mattered. And if he says something, people are like, oh shit, Trump said it. And at least in our minds, especially going into election season, we're like, all right, that's a positive. Because he's going to be able to get a lot of stuff done. They're not showing to fear him.
Why do you think that is? Is it because he just hasn't lived up to his campaign promises, which is
you can't
par for the course?
You can't keep giving ultimatums and not following through, because then your ultimatums don't mean anything.
Then you're just shaking a big stick, right?
Yeah. And he's putting all these tariffs on countries, and people are like, oh, no, we're not going to do it. So that power is going away, and one person says no, and then another person says no, another person says no, and then they just readjust and they find new avenues and they figure it out, because other countries aren't going to just sit there and wait for Trump to deal with them.
It's true.
I think he tried to do too much at one time. And I think more importantly, like the part about the first Trump presidency is that you didn't know what Trump would do.
He was, yes.
It was a lot of question marks. He's like, dude, he said he's going to bomb everyone.
Yeah.
And they're like, huh, like what if he does?
The first Trump presidency, a lot of people sat on their hands because they didn't know how, they wanted to react to what he was doing instead of take preempt, because they didn't know what he was going to do.
But
now we kind of know the man.
Yeah, he's the same guy pretty much. Like the way he, and you need to change who you are to keep people on their toes. But now people are figuring it out, figuring out how he works, figuring out that a lot of the words are just words.
Yeah,
he just talks a lot of shit.
Bark, no bite.
And there's also like, okay, we only have 3 years left with this guy. Let's just wait him out.
Does it concern you that the optics and the aesthetic of Trump's international power is waning?
Well, I think it's extremely concerning that we wanted him to be stronger with the rest of the world.
If I may, you remember the supercuts from the QAnon people when in the 2016 of him going to all these countries, passing the ball, showing the power, right? Going to Putin, going to Iraq, going to Iran, going to UK, pushing people aside like he was. Right, we had videos of people handing him, Putin handing him the football, saying, metaphorically saying, "You're the leader of the free world. Right? You're going to do all the stuff that Q said in the Q drops." Ah! So wait, all that power was not real?
I think it's extremely concerning that his power globally and internationally is waning, but he's taking that same level of power and exertion and he's putting it internally,
Yeah, I
domestically.
See where you're going with this, yeah.
That is concerning. It's like the power is supposed to go towards the outside, but somehow it's being flipped and it's being used internally.
You don't want to have internal fighting. That's no good for us. That's not good for America. No. America needs to be aligned, unified, so that we can take on the world outside.
I don't like this idea. You know, I've talked about it before. Like, oh, you're like always hard on ICE and whatever. Dude, I don't like the idea of federal troops like just busting in like American people's houses. I think that's horrible.
That seems very Gestapo-like.
Yeah. Like they did that in Chicago. Remember, they're like, oh, we scaled this building and we got all these bad guys, Trent Algwa guys.
Yeah, I remember.
Great. But you also like bust in regular people's houses too.
Yeah. And
without a warrant.
You scared the living daylights out of like this school teacher, I remember.
Yeah, and there's like kids outside and they actually did nothing wrong.
And they could have been shot.
You can't just go, just because you want to catch a couple of bad guys, you can't just take away the rights and privileges and privacy of American citizens. You can't do that. It's a horrible precedent.
Sounds like a very rational thing to consider.
But that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that one guy that was the Hispanic like store owner, but he was an American citizen. He gets beat in the street. I'm like, dude, this guy's an American citizen. What are they beating him up for?
To prove a point to the rest of the NPCs around him. Don't mess with the system or you'll get fucked.
You know, I don't like this idea of this federal government and the federal military coming in the borders and like going after American citizens. I don't like this idea that you can just get stopped.
So let me ask you this. Would the police force be the first line of defense against the feds coming in?
See, I don't know if they can even do that.
This is very movie-esque. I don't know why I'm thinking like this. But you've met with a lot of police department people over your tenure of the Matt Kim podcast. You have a lot of great subscribers and followers from local police departments. We love you. Thank you for your service. It's a tough job. The movie thing that came into my mind is, man, like, imagine a day when everything that you say comes to pass in its most extreme. We have feds rolling in, like tanks and all that stuff. And the local PDs have to comply. And the movie thing is just you. I don't know why this came up with me. Maybe I'm into some Hollywood thing right now. But you standing there in the rain and the homies in the police department on the other end that you know, that you've met, that you've talked with, so movie-esque, marching towards you with sullen faces of like, I'm so sorry, Matt. I'm going to have to do this to you because the feds came in. But like, as movie-esque and as overdramatic as that sounds, the reality is we've seen that shit play out in real life.
Yes.
We've seen people against other people, and it's like, dude, Marco, what's going on? We were hanging out at the bakery, the other day, and now you're all geared up and you're fighting against, like, this shit is happening.
It's not easy because police, like even most feds, it's their job. That's just their job.
Their job is to take on the orders of their leadership, their commanders, and to execute the job that their commanders say.
I thought it was really interesting. I don't know if you saw, but there was this controversy and about taking away the medals of people who fought in, what was it, in that Native American Indian like battle.
Oh, there was like way back in the day. You're talking about like Battle of Bullhorn or something like this.
I forgot the name of the battle itself. But
Battle of Wounded Knee.
But Pete Hegseth went out and said, "Hey, do you know what? We're gonna make sure that they keep their medals." And there was part of people who were like, "Dude, you can't do that. They just murdered a bunch of innocent people, and it was like a slaughter, actually."
Okay.
And I thought that was interesting that they put that narrative out there. It's almost like their way of telling the military and telling the people, like, "Dude, if you do some bad shit, we're gonna get your back. Stay in line."
I see where you're going with this. My first thought when you brought this up is the fact that we live in this revisionist history world, right? Where people are constantly trying to revise history and glaze over history, when in the reality of that time, whether it was, the Battle of Wounded Knee or whatever it was, is that these soldiers who were...
Wounded Knee is right.
Look at me, sometimes smart, guys. Sometimes smart. The fact is that was at a different time, Matt. We cannot revise history and say these men who were taking the orders of their captain or their commanding officer to go to the Battle of Wounded Knee and fight these guys, they did the thing. They got battle scars. They got shot up, and at that time they were awarded a Medal of Honor. Like, let the man cook. Let the men live in that. For us, 100 years later or more,
1890.
For us, multiple hundreds of years later, to go back and say, "Oh, can't choose a more important thing to care about, please."
250 women and children were killed.
Sorry, not sorry. You know how many? How many was it? 250.
250 women and children.
250 women and children were killed in Ukraine, in Israel, in Korea, China, Japan, America, Canada, even fucking Canada, probably Mexico. I could go on and on and on. Come on, man. Like
unarmed.
Sadness.
They went in and they just massacred people.
Sadness, epic sadness,
and
epic sorrow.
And the whole idea is, well, we gave them medals, but then they want to take them away post because of what actually they figure out happened. And right before kind of all these ICE agents, while all the federal troops are going back into the States, because again, going against 1890, this is like American soldiers going against Native Americans, which were technically Americans at the time. It's like, all right, if you do some bad shit and you get in trouble, we're going to protect you and you're going to be remembered favorably.
That's what I'm getting at. That's terrible. Let history, as wrong and wrong as it was, let it sit and be as a lesson to us to do better. Far be it that we actually spend time going through the paperwork and the rigmarole of posthumously removing their medals of honors. Nobody gives a fuck. Pick a social thing that actually matters, like building a road or caring about your neighbor. But for these, I don't even know who they are. For these individuals to spend time focusing on posthumously removing an award of 250 years ago, get the fuck out of here.
Well,
what a waste of time. What a waste. Should we be apologetic for Judas, who sold out his homie Jesus for 20 shekels? Judas, you weren't a bad man. It was just the sign of the times. Life was hard, right? You just got fired from your job. You didn't have insurance. So we understand you, Judas. You didn't have insurance. Gotta find a job. Man offered you 20 shekels for your homie. Is what it is. I think Judas is a good guy, actually. Mine changed.
Dude, I watched on the plane yesterday. I got in really late last night. On the plane yesterday, I was watching the Bondi Oversight Committee.
Is that where she was roasting people for their lying about military history?
Yeah, and she was like roasting and she was like attacking and going after the people asking her questions. And that's kind of the clips that you see on the right.
Yep.
But then you watch the whole thing and it's like, wait a second. She didn't actually answer any questions.
No.
She was like, I can't tell you, but you're a bad guy. I was like, wait, I don't care about that right now. Like, that's not what we're here to see. We're here to see you answer questions.
But usually we get upset when the left does it. But we can't get upset when our homie, the right, Pam Bondi, does it, can we?
Because they're like, hey.
She was just deflecting the entire time.
They're like, where's the 50 grand that Tom Homan received?
That's right.
And she's like,
China.
She's like, no. Kash Patel found out that he didn't do anything wrong. Okay, fair, fine.
Huh.
Where's the 50 grand?
Where's the receipts?
Like, oh, no, but how dare you ask that question? I'm like, wait, no. Where's the money?
Yeah.
Like, no, you can't ask. What, dude?
If nothing wrong transpired.
Then what happened to the money?
It seems like a fair question.
It seems like a fair question.
Pam.
I'm curious. I'm like, all right.
You had one job.
If the FBI ran a sting operation and they gave Tom Homan $50,000, say he didn't do anything wrong. I don't know how you can not do anything wrong if you took the money, but fine. They said he didn't do anything wrong. Great. Where's the 50 grand? Like, do you know how many other millions? Like, no, I don't give a fuck about the other millions.
Yeah.
What happened to the $50,000 in cash in a brown bag that you gave him? It's not a crazy question.
It's not. And it actually belies the greater cancer in our system. Let me expound. I deal with this with startups all the time. And I'll make it short. What I often, before we even got on this thing, I showed you in emails that I send that are very autistic and let's just say very terse and curt in what I want people to do. I will tell you, man, the thing that I get on startups the most about are the fucking small things. Send the fucking email. Do the fucking follow-up. Do the research to find out that person you need to connect with. Don't shove it off on another person. Do the fucking work. Like, if you can't be accountable and responsible for the small things in your startup, what makes you think you're going to be prepared for the big things? So here's why I think this is a cancerous, analogy, a cancerous situation. She can't answer for the 50 grand. What makes you think she's going to answer for the 500 million that we're sending Israel today?
I mean, it was such an easy question.
I know. You can't even be responsible for their small things. So what makes you think you're going to do a good job, Pam, at the large things?
They asked her, hey, there are reports, and we've heard that people within the DOJ were going through the list and going through the records, and were looking for mentions of Trump.
Yes.
And scrubbing the name. Did that happen? And she's like, I can't talk about that. Wait, but that's why you're in an oversight committee, because you're supposed to respond to the Congress people, which are corrupt, but they're still asking the questions. Me, as a citizen, I want to know the answer to that question. I can't tell you about that list.
Wait, you mean the list that was on her desk?
Apparently, it was on my desk, and they're like, well, you said it was on your desk. And she's like, well, it was on my desk, but it was on my desk with a lot of other stuff, so I didn't know actually if it was listed or not. Then why did you... Most transparent administration ever, except I refuse to answer any actual questions.
Don't ask me about the $5, because you'll never know about that. I mean, seriously, the Trump administration is... The Trump administration is showing us clearly that they are ill-prepared for the whirlwind of change that is required for this country to get back on its feet. We can't answer simple questions.
I mean, it's just stop saying over and over again, cash every time it comes out, Pam Bondi every time it comes out. They're like, this is the most transparent administration ever. We believe in transparency. Transparency is the only thing we care about. We're going to tell you everything exactly how it is. And then you put them on stand, because they did the same thing with Cash's Oversight Committee hearing last week.
And it's time to deliver the goods.
With Pam Bondi's Oversight Committee hearing this week. And they go up there and people ask them questions. They say they're going to be transparent. As soon as they get up, they're like, oh, I can't tell you. Like, what?
What a whiplash.
And then they go back out of the news and like, no, look, I told you we're the most transparent. Like, we just watched that. Man, how are you going to tell us one thing, but we just physically, literally watched you live deny and deflect, deny and deflect, deny and deflect, and say, oh, I don't know. Like, oh, ask the other guy. Cash is like, ask Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi comes out. She's like, ask Cash Patel. I'm like, dude, you can't just keep on throwing it back and forth from each other.
Yeah.
And just deny, deflect,
Can I
and not answer any questions.
Is it just, I'm just going to extract myself out of this, because the resolution is we need to hold their feet to the fire. They need to deliver on their promises. They need transparency. The entire purpose of an oversight committee is to tell the public what's happening.
And if it is Republicans on the stand, I want Democrats asking the questions. If it's Democrats on the stand, I want Republicans asking questions, because you're going to get the harder questions.
Yeah.
Because I want to know the truth.
So let me ask you this. I feel like I've noticed this. I don't know if anyone out there, any of the stars out there have noticed this, but Pam Bondi in the beginning seemed full of life. She was bright. She was even a little chunky, like cheekbones were a little bit more filled out. Now, Peter, were you staring at Pam Bondi too hard? No. In the last video...
7-year-old husband's going to get really mad at you.
Listen to this. Did she not look skeletal in the last interview? Did she not
look
worn down? The reason I bring this up, and here's the question I have to ask you. Do you think she is dying inside? Meaning, she knows she's fucking lying. She knows she's got the list. She knows her boss, Trump, is on the list. She's seen Epstein. She knows all of this. But when she goes up to the microphone, she has this little earwig in her ear that says, we talked about it. Shut the fuck up. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, here's the question. I feel like we're going to see Pam Bondi become more and more like that horse face lady in Australia. Do you know what I'm talking about? You see her? She was like a bright young lady, and then she became more like, because she's doing all that coke too. Just they start to become more skeletal. Does that make sense?
I don't think she lasts the entire administration.
She's selling her soul,
There's
and
no
you can
way.
see it in her body.
I don't think she survives this. I don't think she lasts the entire administration. I don't think Kash Patel lasts the entire administration. I don't think Dan Bongino lasts the entire administration. I don't think Pete Hegseth lasts the whole administration. I think all the people that were kind of like public figures that they put into these very high roles because their job was just to be the mouthpiece of what they want people to know, not actually work.
They're just burner accounts.
They're
burner accounts, man.
Eventually, the pressure of actual work is gonna build, and what?
The fanfare's over. The honeymoon is over.
I'm not built to actually work. That's not my job.
Usually 90% of my job is talking on the phone, asking for money.
Yeah. Right. And now I have to do real work, and people keep on asking me questions about the work I've been doing. And the reality is, I haven't done anything.
I haven't done anything.
And I have nothing to show for it.
You got it, brother.
Eventually, they're like, dude, I'm done. I can't pretend any longer.
I can't
because
lie
it's
anymore.
obvious.
So let me ask you this: if you were in Pam Bondi's position, would you last?
No way.
No, I knew. If I was in Pam, let me just project it. If I was in Pam Bondi's, I wouldn't last. I would not have lasted as long as her, because I would have been like, I'm constantly told to lie. I mean, I don't know if I could sleep at night. That's why she looks haggard. That's why she looks worn down, because she knows the moment she gets on that thing and that they press record, she's going to open up her mouth and she's going to be speaking against her conscience.
I mean, the most obvious one was, I keep on bringing it up, is the Tom Homan $50,000. Because there's only two answers. He kept it or they took it back. And when she says, we don't know.
That means he kept it.
It means he kept it.
Yeah.
Because if they took it back, they're like, oh yeah, we actually retrieved it. We have it.
Yeah, end of story. Move on.
Exactly. We have it. Move on.
Which, frankly, would have saved everyone a lot of stress if Tom Homan just gave the $50,000 back.
We got it back. He returned it. We figured out that he's not supposed to have it. Whatever.
No harm, no foul.
We have it.
Yeah.
Here it is. It's in a bag. Oh yeah. Do you know what? You gonna talk shit? Boom. How you like them apples?
Yeah, that would be very Candace Owens like. Let them open their mouths, say some stupid shit, and then she brings receipts.
And drop it. Instead, like, can't tell you. Ask somebody else. Well, where's the money? I know in the greater scheme of federal government, it's not a lot of money. $50,000 in cash in an envelope, it's a lot of money.
I tell you, that's a lot of PS5s. I mean, I think you and I could do some damage with 50 grand, yeah?
Yeah.
In cash?
Like, it's a really good night at Magic City. You know what I mean?
Not insignificant. We could do the Hunter Biden thing and spend it all up our nose.
Yeah.
Again, and I feel bad for Pam Bondi and all the people in the administration, because I see in their physicality, I see the changes in that. You've seen this, where presidents become president, and then 4 years later, they have more gray hair than you'd ever imagine.
We all saw the capture and the picture of Cash going, good job on that last question. Hold the line. And writing affirmations to himself.
Yep.
It's getting so bad for themselves, like mentally and emotionally, that they are in these
They have to send themselves love notes.
Writing themselves little affirmations like, dude, you're doing a good job, buddy. You know?
Oh, you're not lying your ass off. They don't actually hate me that much.
That is like the ultimate show of how stressed they are.
Bro.
Because it weighs on your conscience.
Weighs on your soul.
They know that they're fucking lying.
That's why Pam Bondi looks haggard. She looks like a skeleton. She's not going to last. If Pam Bondi continues, I feel for her soul. And I truly say this truly, because, and I think you can resonate and agree with me. When the soul is in turmoil, the physical follows. The physical follows. I have seen, now I just speak for me, I have seen men go from the highest echelons of success to complete destitution.
And I think that's kind of, we're going to see this all over the country in all levels of institution. I mean, we've seen it during COVID. The COVID nurses who were like really pushing vaccines and all this shit that come out maybe 6 months, a year later and like, fuck, kind of wish I didn't do that.
Yes.
But they were just following orders. They were doing what they thought was the right thing. They were following the system above them that they're a part of. And they go back in retrospect and be like, I really wish I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And they feel betrayed by the organization. I think that we're going to see that a lot with kind of these federal officers, DHS, ICE, that are like, dude,
we talked about that.
I totally just like arrested. I totally just like held up like an American guy. I didn't need to do that. But that was like what was told for them to do, that for your safety, that it's to make the country better. But they're like, oh, damn it. I kind of, there's guys going home like, dude, I really wish I didn't do that.
And in 15 years, we're going to have a VH1 behind the actor. And then we're going to have interviews of these ICE agents who said, man, it's scarred me for life the moment when I put my fellow homie behind bars that I've known for 15 years.
Yeah, there are like Capitol Police after January 6th. Like, dude, I kind of wish I wasn't on the other side of that one. There's a lot.
I've actually heard it, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, dude, I don't know how I ended up over there.
Yeah,
it's not their fault.
I was on the wrong side of the battle there. Yeah, I've heard that a lot. There's a lot of regret. And what I appreciate though is that people are owning up to it, at least online, and saying I was wrong. Great example. Candace Owens. Let's talk about it briefly. Candace Owens did a very wise. It's a film like 40 chess type stuff. She said some outrageous stuff, and then she just waits. She allows the entire internet to explode. You're a liar. You don't have receipts. Yeah. And she just sits. And then this week, she brings the receipts, which people say, oh, it's Photoshop. Nope. Then you have the TPUSA guy says, yep, that was in that chat. I sent it around. I don't know how it got out to Candace, but it is what it is, and it's true. Candace did the right thing. She allowed the world to blow up. Now, the entire world, and I saw it all over X of people saying, Candace, I apologize. I was on the wrong side of this. It's like, good. So let me ask you this. What do you make of that? Do you have an opinion on Candace Owens revealing the tea? And apparently, all timelines match up. We have this very, let's just say, upset Uden, who's going to give $2 million, didn't like the meeting, and then said he wasn't going to give the $2 million. That shows up, the $2 million in the text, saying that, oops, these Udens are doing what they always do, and it's time to go to the other side. And then 2 days later, Mr.
Boom.
Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. He's been deleted from the timeline. So, Matt, do you think this is all a coinky-dink? Because we did have a certain individual say that there is China, or let's just say international operators that could have been part of this.
That there's more to the story than just the lone gunman.
It's all very JFK-esque, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this kind of pans out in the long run.
Can I make a bet?
Yeah. We'll figure it out in 70 years.
30 years. When you
30 years?
When you and I are in our 70s, we're going to have these exact same fun.
You're 70. I'm going to be 50.
You know why? Because he's a vampire, and he actually drinks the adrenochrome just like all the actresses and actors.
Dude, I watched this thing, and they were like, oh, do you know that Google's like program is called Adreno, and then their coding program is called Adreno, and then their browser is called Chrome, and she was like, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, holy shit. Google's literally, their technology is called Adrenochrome. You gotta be kidding me.
Bro.
You can't make this stuff up.
You can't, not only can you not make it up, but actually symbolism is used so heavily that it actually sickens me when I see it. I was at the gym. It's a short story. I was at the gym, and at the gym they have the TVs playing.
The graphics processors, their GPUs are called Adreno.
Yeah, Adreno. So I was at the gym. They have all the TVs showing stuff. And during one of the commercials, on one of the TVs, they have this new show. You know what it's called? I can't believe I'm remembering this. It's like on TCN or whatever the fuck it is. It's called Babala. Her name is Babala or something. Babala Out Loud. I'm like, Babylon. You guys are so bad with the symbolism. Like, it's so freaking obvious that this is a psyop show about a trans girl, obviously. All right, out loud, babble out loud. It's like, okay, clearly you're moving everything towards the beast and towards evilness. Like, the symbolism is so over the top. If you can't see it now, you're probably just retarded. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Like when adrenochrome. Come on, bro. Clearly, the ninjas don't just make that up.
Did you see Javier Milei?
What has he done recently?
Singing at a rock concert.
Oh no, I didn't see. I saw the Mexican government. Did you hear this? Mexican government saying you can no longer take pictures of the Mexican president. You know why? Because every time they show a picture of the new Mexican president, it's always her face and her crooked neck and her nose looking like a...
Which? Just play it real quick.
What is this? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is Javier Milei. He's rocking out like Ozzy. He kind of looks like Ozzy. Yeah, like a younger Ozzy Osbourne.
It's real. He's at a concert singing. The United States just gave him $20 billion to bail out his country because they owe too much money to the IMF and their economy is going down because they are over-leveraged. And he just got the big deal for all of the soybean sales to China.
Must be good.
And also got $20 billion on top of that, and he decided to celebrate it.
Let me ask you this.
And it's to celebrate his new book.
Are you sure it's Javier Milei's book? Or is it Robin Williams' book?
La Construcción del Milagro.
Hey, have you guys seen the conspiracies that Javier Milei is actually Robin Williams?
What? Like Mrs. Doubtfire?
Let's just say there are physical attributes of Robin Williams that are eerily similar to the physical characteristics of
I thought Javier Milei was Netanyahu's cousin.
Well, maybe Netanyahu's cousin is also
Robin Williams.
Because apparently Biden was Jim Carrey.
I don't know about that one.
All I know is that we have a Ukraine dictator who was also a TV star.
Well,
kind of similar like this.
Well, Trump was also a TV star.
Oh, shit, you're not wrong. Are we, in this timeline, Matt, are we just ruled by TV stars?
Yeah.
This is an episode of The Simpsons.
Well,
who am I?
TV stars, podcasters, news anchors. I mean, our department, the Secretary of Department of War was a morning show anchor. Can't make that shit up.
Irina was an actor. What about the I Can't Breathe guy? Was he an actor?
George Floyd?
Yeah.
He's just crackhead. He's the most legit one of all of them. He's exactly who he's meant to be.
George Floyd, the crackhead, is
the only one that's legit, actually. I lived a crackhead, died a crackhead. Like, that's what he was.
He was internally consistent.
At least that guy was consistent.
He's better than the government. Pam Bondi would be like, I saw the list. It was on my desk. What are you talking about?
What list? The most transparent government and administration in the history of the world.
What list was I talking about?
I don't know. You can't ask me any questions. Ask the other guy.
You lied about your military history. That's why you can't ask me questions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you're actually not really Korean.
It's funny how they do that. It's just like deflect.
It shows the cancer that is inside our administration. These ninjas don't actually do any work. I bet they wake up and they're like, "Dadgummit, life is good. Let me get my $12 latte. What am I supposed to do today? Let me call Karen. Karen, what am I supposed to do today? Today you're supposed to talk about something at 11. Is it important? No, just show up at 10:50. You'll be fine." Okay, fine. That's all they do.
Okay. Humanitarian question.
Ooh.
Humanitarian question.
Uh-oh, this might outs me because my answers usually aren't socially acceptable.
Right now, the federal government is in shutdown.
Let them burn.
And the one point of contention right now is this idea of healthcare for illegal immigrants, which is actually not true. The real point of contention that people don't want to talk because the right says one thing, the left says one thing, it is for reimbursement, for emergency reimbursement to hospitals. Federal law in the United States says if a person, regardless of status, regardless of who they are, doesn't matter, if they show up to the emergency room with that needs immediate assistance, the hospital is required to serve them.
Yes.
And to help them.
That is the humanitarian thing to do.
The federal government has to date been reimbursing the hospitals for that service.
You wouldn't want to create an economic incentive, would you?
To help people that come in the emergency room. They want to remove that stipend because they feel like indirectly that is funding healthcare or services for illegal immigrants.
Which would make sense because the vast majority of illegal immigrants don't have health insurance.
Correct.
Makes sense.
Correct.
Makes sense. So it sounds like, once again, the illegal immigrants are they are sucking from our infrastructure.
So do you not help them?
No.
Or do you help them?
You help them.
You have to.
You don't reimburse the hospital.
But then what does the hospital do?
They eat the humanitarian thing to do.
Which is what they actually do right now, mostly.
Which is the right thing to do.
I saw that within a hospital, the reimbursement or the loss that they have for serving illegal immigrants is like 3% of their loss, and the 97% is Americans not paying their bill.
Oh, really? Is that really it?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Majority of hospital loss is Americans that don't pay their bill.
And the crazy part is you don't actually have to pay it.
Yeah, exactly. So majority of loss for a hospital, because they have to cover all that cost.
Yeah.
And like, well, people are like, well, that cost to help the illegal immigrant is coming out of my premium or me paying to the hospital.
Right.
But actually the numbers say that majority of your premium and majority of the money that you pay to a hospital is actually it's actually going to cover other Americans that don't pay their bill.
Fair enough.
But they want to take this away. And the hospitals are like, dude.
I agree with that. Do you agree with it? The government should not be in the position of subsidizing private businesses or public businesses.
I think, Will's wife works at a hospital, and she works at one of the big ones. And they're like severely underfunded.
Oh, yeah. I have a friend who works at a hospital downtown. And
yeah.
I know more stories about how they are poorly funded, poorly managed, and economically incentivized to not help in, let's just say, various ways.
It's crazy how little money the city hospitals have.
Yes.
Actually, I find it shocking to know how underfunded city hospitals are.
Yeah.
The hospitals out in the suburbs, like where we live, they're flush.
Of course.
They're doing good. They're fine.
You're Matthew.
The hospital nearest my house where I go, it's nice. It's clean. It's orderly.
Of course.
I get helped right away.
Of course.
Life is actually okay there.
That's right, because the hospital on the east side of Atlanta doesn't do $45,000 boob jobs. But the hospitals up here, where we live,
it's nice.
It's because they do $45,000 boob jobs.
I make a free coffee.
If you're down at Piedmont,
it's tough, man.
You're getting gunshot victim wounds every hour. That's all you're getting. So,
and it's just like the hallways are lined with people bleeding.
Bro,
it's horrible.
I could tell you stories.
So when I see Democrats be like, dude, like you need to help them out. I get that a little bit because they're living in a world where their hospitals are like broke.
Well, they live in war zones.
And then there's like conservatives that live out in the suburbs like, well, we don't want to fund the hospital, but they're going to their hospital and they're going like, well, because our hospital is nice.
Yes, because there's $45,000 boob jobs that are done every hour there.
So there has to be some sort of balance, doesn't it? Like, I understand I don't want to help and I don't want to give money to illegal immigrants. I get that.
Yes.
But you can't just let people die.
I don't think we disagree on any of this. My disagreement is on the government giving stipends and payback for it.
But the inner city hospitals, they can't afford it. That's the problem. They just physically cannot. I mean, because they're broke already.
Fair.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Horrible.
I have a friend who works downtown. So like this is going to sound really raw, but I've had these conversations with my friend who works down there, and the answer is the hospital has to create their own policies, procedures, and internal constraints so that they can succeed as a business. They cannot rely on government stipends, because then you're literally just there all the time with your hands open saying, please help me, SAR. All right, we can't get what we want done. You can't get what you want done because you have not created policies that create a lead time, cycle time, so that you can manage all of these people. So it is not let me say it very simply. It is not the government's job to subsidize inefficiency. Your Toys R Us, you're economically inefficient. That's why you went out of business. You should have focused on the internet online retail. Instead, you said analog's the way to go. People are going to come into Toys R Us and they're going to buy our shit. Didn't happen. Sorry, pets.com. Didn't work. Your Piedmont downtown. It sounds harsh. You have not created constraints in your policies so that you can be economically efficient as a hospital.
But one could argue that the federal government itself runs at a deficit. The federal government itself is inefficient. The federal government itself has no problem sending the tax dollars to other countries, to other programs, to other pet projects that they have, but yet they don't want to fund projects in the United States that are actually maybe have more value to normal American people.
You will get no disagreement from me.
Then I can understand why. I'm not trying to make one case for the other, but I can understand why one side is really pissed off.
No doubt.
Because you see this money going to like, hey, let's give $20 billion to Argentina. And this guy's throwing a party with it. And he's on stage singing like he's Mick Jagger. But, hey, do you know what? You know, the inner city hospitals, they're having a hard time. Like, they're on their own. It's like, I can see why people are mad.
100%. And I can get behind that at the meta level, which is simply this. Our money should go to America. Our money should not go to Israel, Palestine, should not go to Ukraine, Argentina, Venezuela, like I could go on and on and on and on. Like the amount of suckage that is happening on America by all of these other countries is outstanding. It is beyond my comprehension how much money is being sucked out of the teat of America. Imagine, Matt, if we were to take, actually, we don't need to imagine, because analytics will tell us very clearly, I'm making this up, it'll cost us $500 billion to fix education in America. It'll cost us $800 billion to fix all the roads. It'll cost us $300 billion to fix healthcare, something like this. We've seen those numbers. But yet when you match those numbers against how much we're giving over to Ukraine, Israel, et cetera, it's like, holy cow, the parity is there. If we just didn't give this to Israel and Ukraine and all this stuff, when we put it towards the roads, hospitals, education, healthcare and stuff, we could actually fix America.
Or what we actually have to do is we got to stop spending money overseas, stop spending all the stuff, and we got to actually fix the debt problem.
That would be amazing.
Because the interest on the debt is like, the interest on the debt alone would fix all these problems in America.
Yes, it's soul crushing. Yeah, because when you have debt, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
When you have debt, you don't have options. So you're not wrong. Let's fix America. America first.
See you next week.